We are now hearing from people who know exactly what they're talking about, and they are saying that Kwasi Kwarteng's mini budget will add almost nothing to our future prosperity. It's all pain and no gain. So the two groups that have so far come out into the open and proclaimed, one is the Tony Blair Institute. Well, maybe you might think, well, if it's got Tony Blair behind it, it's automatically going to be negative about a conservative-based budget. Well, I don't think that's necessarily true. And Oxford Economics, which is a leading advisory firm that's likely to be significantly more objective. They say absolutely that it will add less than 0.1% to GDP each year and cost 82 billion in debt interest alone over 5 years. I don't see that there's anything here to crow about at all. And the fact that Kwasi Kwarteng has been silent for the last 4 days, as indeed Liz Truss has been invisible for the last 4 days, although she did lever herself out of bed or out of her corner to do some local radio interviews, presumably from a secure cell in number 10, with lots of scripts around her and lots of advisors breathing down her ear, or into her ear, breathing down her neck into her ear. And even then she couldn't get it right. This is a disaster. What happens when they go into Parliament and face Sir Keir Starmer? What happens when they stand in front of their own side and dribble with embarrassment? What happens when Liz Truss or Kwasi Kwarteng are invited into a proper television studio to face real questioning by a senior reporter? I think the reporters that questioned Liz Truss on local radio this morning were spectacular. And the fracking capture was simply magnificent. That's why local radio is so important, and that's why it needs to be protected.